Hello, everyone. I'm getting myself together as usual, but you guys come on in. When you come in, just make sure you hit the link at the top to give StreamYard permission to see your profile. Other than that, when you comment, I won't know who it is. So at this time, as you guys know, I'm always rushing to do something, trying to hurry up and get in here so I'm on time. So I only got a chance to print one image. I also bought a new tripod, so that's what I'm messing with now to do the recording so you guys will be able to see exactly what I'm doing. So today we're gonna be sublimating on the Gradient Tumbler. Right now, I was only able to print out an Apple Crown Royal because with Facebook, if I didn't get in here and start recording by 7:19, they were going to cancel my broadcast. So I was only able to print out one. Um, and then I have to run and go get the tumbler. So as I said, we're going to be pressing gradient tumblers. At this time, I only have this one. I really don't know what color this is, but I only have this one right now sitting at my desk. So I just got to step away for a hot minute and grab the tumbler that we're going to be sublimating in on. And then I'm also going to allow a few more people to come in. So guys, when you come in, as I said, click on the link at the top, and it gives you StreamYard permission to see your profile picture. So if you comment, I'll know who's commenting. Other than that, only thing it says is like Facebook user. And right now I'm going live on two platforms. I'm going live on YouTube and also Facebook. So just give me a few minutes. Let me go ahead and grab the tumbler and let me see if my other image printed out so I can go ahead and at least show you guys how to do two tumblers. 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. Okay, so the other image that we're gonna do is Fireball. As I said, this is a custom order for a customer. I believe she has like 17 or 19 of these Gradient Mason tumblers. So each week I'm just coming on here so I can show you guys how to sublimate on these tumblers. So the tumblers only come in maybe like 7 different colors. I'm not sure. I only have 4 different colors. So for the Crown Royal, the Apple Crown, I'm gonna have to put it on this blue one. And then for the Fireball, I'm gonna go ahead and use this yellow one. Okay, and as I said, I will have these on my website. I haven't gotten a chance to put them on my website yet. So if you guys want to go ahead and make tumblers, I have them available. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to put the 2 tumblers over here to the side. So you know when before you sublimate a tumbler, you want to make sure you remove the lid because it will melt once you put it in your tumbler press. Okay, so today supplies to make this tumbler press, this Mason tumbler. Of course, you need your gradient tumbler, your substrate. You need your images, which I'm doing Apple Crown, and I'm also doing Fireball. Okay. You need your heat gloves because these are hot. You need your scissors, and you also need some heat tape. And you know, anytime you're doing sublimation, you have to use special paper, which is sublimation paper. I do sell that. I have my own sublimation paper, and then I also have my own sublimation ink, and that can be found on my website at twosweetblanks.com. Okay, and what else? And I think that's it. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So first, we're going to cut our image. So with sublimation, you want to make sure you cut all the white off. So the part, this is the side. See if you guys can see that. This is the side that will be laying on my tumbler. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. And then I'm just going to leave some of this because this will be, let me make sure, I got to be careful. Because once I wrap it, it'll be wrapped like this. So this will be on top of the part that will be laying on the tumbler. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. And as I say, you have to cut the white off because with sublimation, if you don't cut the white off, it will show up on your substrate. And today's substrate is the gradient tumbler because that's what we'll be pressing on. So you just go ahead and cut the white. Okay. So, and I bought this tripod from 5 and Below so you guys can see what I'm doing when I actually press the tumblers. So this thing, it's like it was probably like $5-6. So I don't know how secure it is. So we gonna see. All right, so I got the Fireball cut, and you have to be careful too, because I don't know if you guys can really see this. Like by me touching the image, my handprint is on it a little bit. It's smeared. So like my sublimation printer, I have a Sawgrass, and it does release a lot of ink. So you do have to be careful. it doesn't make a big difference when you're doing the gradients, but when you're doing the regular ceramic tumblers, you want to be careful not to touch your image. So I'm just continuing to cut the white off around my image. And as I said, just be careful about touching the image when you're cutting it, because it is, you know, a little wet. And for those who don't have like a sublimation printer and you want to make these tumblers, if you want to make ceramic tumblers or these gradient tumblers, I do sell the transfers, the sublimation transfers, so you can get that customized to your liking. And as I said, if you purchase any of these gradient tumblers, they come with a transfer. So you just let me know what image you want to put on there. I'll put your image on there and then I'll ship it out to you. Okay, so we got our images cut. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut my heat tape over here, because we have to have heat tape so we can start wrapping the tumblers. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And one of these days when I come on live, I will have my tape dispenser set up and ready to go, so I don't have to keep cutting these tape pieces. So I'm gonna cut that. So how's everyone's evening? And I can't see any comments, so I don't want to keep touching nothing too much, so I don't know really who's on here and who's not on here. So if you're commenting after this live, I'll answer anyone's questions, and I'll just get back to respond to you guys' comments if you have any. As I said, we're going live on two platforms. We're on Facebook Live and we're also on YouTube. So let me try to position this without messing up anything so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. So now I'm going to wrap the tumblers. So I'm going to start with the Crown Royal. We're going to start with the Crown Royal. And hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. So you just go ahead. What I do is I just wrap it like this. This is how I started off with these tumblers. And then once you get it wrapped like this, you want to just go ahead with your fingers and push it in on both sides just to make sure it's tight. Once you get it tight, you want to go ahead and turn it on the side and just pull it just to make sure everything is tight and even, because you want to make sure both sides of the picture line up. And then you take your heat tape and you just tape it from one side to the other. So we're taping it vertically. And I always go from left to right. And so I'm going to do 3 pieces. One at the bottom, one in the middle, and I pull it tight as I'm taping it from side to side. You want to pull it tight, but you don't want to pull it too tight where you rip it. So you just want to do it tight enough to secure it. And now I'm putting my last piece at the top, if you guys can see that. So now I'm going to put a piece of tape down the seam. Okay. And you want to put that tape down the seam so it doesn't cause ghosting, because with sublimation, if you don't do this taping method correctly, you will get ghosting. and you don't want to sell customer products with ghosting. So you do want to make a few tumblers for yourself. You want to practice before you start making them and selling them to people. Okay, so I'm just putting tape down the seam. And then I want to go ahead and smooth it out because I want to make sure I don't have any air bubbles. Okay, so you just rub it with your hand. Like I said, you have any air bubbles down your seams, that will cause ghosting as well. With this particular one, I forgot my dimensions, so I did like cut this kind of short. So today I'm not going to go ahead and put any tape around the brim because I don't have any overlap at the top. And on the bottom of it, it's not really too much of an overlap. If this was a ceramic tumbler, I would tape the bottom, but since it's gradient, I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so we have the apple crown wrap. So now we're going to wrap our fireball. Okay, so let me see. I need to cut me some more tape. So, and then once I cut my tape, I have to go and set my heat press. And as I said before, if anyone is interested in tumbler presses, the 20-ounce ones, I do have those for sale also. Those will be going up on my website. Someone asked me before if you can use a convection oven. You can, but with a tumbler press, with these gradient tumblers, these are glass. You do like they press in 150 seconds, and that's a little bit over like 2 minutes. But with the convection oven, just to do one, it's like 6 minutes. And with the gradient tumblers, it may be longer. It's just 6 minutes with the ceramic. So I really don't know how many minutes it is for the gradient one. So that's something you want to check into. Me personally, I don't like to waste a lot of time, you know, doing projects. I want to do it and get it over with. So that's why I went ahead and purchased the tumbler press. And at the time I purchased mine, it was like $356. So they're about $100 cheaper now. So, you know, I just want to get mine over with. I don't, with those convection ovens, you have to have a temperature gauge. Make sure your temperature is even. It's a lot that goes with that. So it's best to just invest in the tumbler press and go ahead and get it over with. And for the ceramic tumblers, you can press one tumbler in a minute. So I mean, it's worth the investment. If you do maybe like 4 or 5 tumblers, you done made your money back. So, you know, it's best to, you know, think smart instead of making everything hard on yourself. So you got to spend money to make money. So just remember that. I invested a lot of money in my business. So anytime somebody paid me for a shirt or for a glass or whatever they paid me for, I took that and I invested in my business. And that's how I got a lot of my equipment. I never spent any of my own money. I spent my profit from my customs that I make for people. So now what I'm doing is just taping down the seam. Okay. And as I say, you just want to press on it to make sure you don't have any air bubbles. So, and then this one does have like an overlap. So I'm going to go ahead and just push this in. And then we're going to put tape at the top, because this is our yellow tumbler. So I don't want any ghosting on that. So we'll go ahead and take that up at the top. Yeah, and I'm recording on my phone. So this is like my first time recording on my phone using this platform. And I really don't want to touch anything to see you guys' comments because I don't want to mess up anything or I don't want to disconnect the live. So I'll leave it alone. And then once I end this live, I'll go back and look at you guys' questions if you have any. And I'll look at you guys' comments. And I'll just comment once this live goes off. All right, so I'm just taping the top. I didn't do a lot of long pieces of tape. And as I said before, when you come in, make sure you click on the link at the top and give StreamYard permission to view your profile, because if you comment, only thing it's going to say is YouTube user, or if you're watching from Facebook, it's going to say Facebook user. So I'm not going to know who you are. So make sure you click on that link and give StreamYard permission to access your profile. So only thing I'm doing now is just going around making sure everything is secure and taped on here correctly. So I don't want any air bubbles. I don't want anything. Because as I said, this customer order, I want to make sure it's done right. So now that I have that done, I'm going to go over here to my tumbler press and I'll move you guys over in 1 second. So come over here with me. I got this so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing, because on my other videos, you guys couldn't really see what I was doing. Okay, so that should give you an upfront and personal view of my tumbler press. We're gonna go ahead and set it. So today we're setting the tumbler press to 329 degrees Fahrenheit for 75 seconds. So we got to do 75 seconds on one side. We're going to flip it over 360 degrees, and then we're going to do 75 seconds on the other side. So let me go ahead and set it. So before we start, I just want to make sure all my knobs are tight, because you want to make sure your pressure is set to heavy pressure. So that way you won't get ghosting as well. As I said, with sublimation, you're going to hear the word ghosting a lot. Okay, so it may already be set. So let me put it on Fahrenheit. There it is. Yes, already set. All right, so you just wait for your tumbler press to heat up. All right, and this heats up pretty fast. Next time, hopefully when I go live, I can have the other tumbler press that I'm selling available so we can test that out and you guys can see how that works. I purchased that tumbler press like back in May and it's still in the box. So that one actually has to go to my office. So that way, when I do hands-on classes, you guys can come in and use that tumbler press so you can see how everything works. So you want to make sure you grab your heat gloves, because as I said, this is hot. So I'm just gonna put on my left glove because I'm right-handed, and I'll just be handling the tumbler with my left hand. Okay, so you just wait for the tumbler press to heat up. And can you guys see good? You should be able to see what I'm doing. So hopefully you guys can see better. than what you previously could, because I know you guys couldn't really see. You was watching off an angle, so I'm trying to get as close as possible. Next time, hopefully I can get over the tumbler press, like right over it, so you guys can see. So I'm just waiting on my tumbler press to heat up 325 degrees Fahrenheit. And once that heats up, it should beep, and then we're going to get started. Let's see. Yep, it's ready. So I'm going to take my tumbler, and we also do tape. We always do tape side up, okay? So I'm going to put it in the tumbler press. I already checked my pressure. Everything is good. You want to put it in the middle, and then you want to close it. And you got to put a little elbow grease on it because it is tight. We have it set to heavy pressure. And you wait for it to clock down. And when it's almost, I think when it gets to like 3 seconds, it'll start beeping. You wait for your timer to reach 0, and then you turn it over to the other side. So I hope everyone had a wonderful day today. I know you guys are probably ready to look at TV, wind down, get ready for bed. I am as well. But when I finish this video, I have to work on my website. I have other things to do. So unfortunately, I can't wind down to maybe like 2 something in the morning like I always do. But everything is worth it. So it'll all pay out in the end. Okay. All right. So now you want to open up the tumbler press. As I said, you want to put the tape side down. So I'll show you. You want to put the tape side down. As I said, this is hot. So you want to make sure you have your gloves on at all times. You want to put it in the middle. You want to close it. Put a little elbow grease on it because it is hard. And let it count down for another 75 seconds. I think so far, let's see. I got a long way to go. I may have four tumblers done so far, and with these two, that's 6. I was gonna do it over the weekend, but my weekend got busy. I didn't get a chance to do it. So I'm gonna have to try to do some tomorrow. I got a busy weekend coming up. I got a lot going on, but I had to get it done. She needed about a 24. So I have to have them all done by the end. So right now we're at 23 seconds. And you just wait for it to count down. So it's almost done. All right. So you want to open your tumbler press, and we're going to put this to the side because that's hot. So now we want to go ahead and take our fireball tumbler. We're going to do tape side up. You want to put it in the middle of the tumbler press, and you want to close it. Don't be afraid to close it. Put that elbow grease in there. Make sure you close it and let it count down. And we're going to let them cool off a bit because it takes a minute for them to cool off. They are extremely hot because this is glass. So how many people want to do tumblers? Tumblers are good money. I have like a hands-on course coming up maybe in October. I'll show you guys a little bit more on that. That's a big money maker. So you guys want to make sure you most definitely get in on it. if you're not available to come in and do the hands-on training, you can do it live. So I have a live class where you can join us live. Once you sign up for the program, I ship your kit out, everything you need, to go along and follow us in the class. And then that way you can, follow along with us. So, we want to make money this year. It's a lot of money to be made. People looking for Christmas gifts. We start in October selling Christmas items. You want to be prepared. So you want to be ready so you don't have to get ready. So like now you want to start selling breast cancer stuff because you don't want to wait till October and start selling it because you'll be overwhelmed and you won't really be able to make anything for breast cancer because everything gonna be sold out. You won't be able to find no shirts, anything. So for the past couple years, I wait till the last minute and I'm not able to, do a lot of orders because I can't find pink shirts and pink hoodies and it gets hard. So I gotta start now. So that's one other thing that I need to put on my to-do list. Start getting those breast cancer shirts and hoodies and put it on my website, put it on my Facebook page, and start advertising that stuff now. And I will be putting a free calendar on my website, twosweetblanks.com, so you guys will have access to that as well. So you can know when to start making your custom items. All right, so this one is done. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the table. I'm going to cut off my heat press. And then I'm going to take you guys back over to the table. All right. So now I'm going to just have on one glove right now because I need to take the tape off. So this is still hot. I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape. So I take the tape off the seam first, if you guys can see that. And once I remove that tape, then I want to remove the tape from the sides. All right. Oops. Yeah, this hot. Oof. All right. So you just want to take your paper, throw it away, and let me put my other glove on. And it's kind of dark, but this is the apple crown. And these tumblers do come with a plastic straw. I don't have one in front of me right now, but this is the apple crown gradient tumbler. And these tumblers are see-through. I'll go ahead and put it on my wheel spinner at a later date, and then I'll post those pictures. But this is the apple crown tumbler. All right. So now let's do the fireball. Let's see how that came out. So you want to remove the tape along the seam. All right. And let me pull it off around the brim. I had to put tape around here since I had an overlap on my paper. All right, so then you want to remove the tape along the seam. Oops. Guys, this is hot. This thing's still hot. Okay, tripping. It's sticking all to the thing. Let me pull it off from this side. So now we're just removing the paper. All right. And once you remove the paper, now, this is nice. Let me put my glove on because this is hot. So this is our fireball tumbler. Okay, that's our finished product. That's our fireball tumbler. That came out nice. It came out good on this yellow. Yeah, so that's our fireball tumbler. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on. And as I said, it comes with one plastic straw. I'll put these on my wheel turner at a later date, and I'll show you guys how that came out. All right, guys, so that concludes our video for this evening. Thank you for joining me this evening, taking the time out to join me this evening to see me press these gradient tumblers, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.